Near Denver.
I know.
Thanks for coming all the way out. We have Fathima Dickerson today. Did I say that right? Fathima?
Fathima.
I knew a Fathima in high school, and it was spelled the same. That's
yeah. I guess there's a lot of different variations of my name.
Yeah.
So,
well, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
She is the owner of Welton Street Cafe, a long time historic business in the 5 Points area.
Definitely. Long.
So we could just start there. How was your 2020 trying, I'm sure?
So I guess I'll give a little information. So Welton Street Cafe, we've been Welton Street Cafe since 1999. Wow. Prior to that, we were Wings and Tings. So we were at 2752 Welton Street, which now houses Mimosas. That will be opening the first week of March, I believe. So my parents started the business in 86.
Wow.
And so for the life of the business, we've been in 5 Points.
Right.
And
so you probably started working there when you were pretty young.
Out of the womb.
Yeah.
One of those things.
Yeah.
Like when you have a whole bunch of kids, what do you do? Open a restaurant and put them all to work.
My family owns some restaurants as well over the years, restaurants, bars. So
so you already know about that life, and it's hectic. So, so I am one of 5 owners. So my parents, they are still actively involved. Cool. I have a twin brother. His name is Fathima. And we have this little thing where we go, he's the taste and I'm the face. So that's how we play on that. And then one of my sisters is also one of the owners. So there's 5 of us.
Awesome. Mm-hmm. Big family-owned business. That's what's up. That's awesome.
Man. Yes.
I bet you guys get at it with each other sometimes, though. Is it pretty peaceful? Or
It gets peaceful, and then it gets not so peaceful when you're like, you're not even my boss. Like, who are you even talking to? You know?
For sure.
But I think even outside of the family, anyone who's been in bar and restaurant industries, they just kind of know the game. Yeah. Like,
it's not personal.
It's not. It's just like a cat and dog fight with front house and back house and bar backs and all that. Like,
for sure.
It's a high pace, high stress environment.
Yeah, and sometimes you gotta argue quick and loud to get things done.
Yeah, hurry up and get my stuff.
Exactly.
Okay, good.
Exactly.
Now back at it. But this has probably been the best time of my life. Like just being in 5 Points, having the restaurant has put me in a position where I get to meet a lot of great people. Yeah. You get to serve people from like Denver's unhoused residents to ball players to CEOs. The range of people you service allows me to have a full spectrum of just the world and how people are.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think a lot of people get to interact with people on a regular basis in that range. Yeah. So it helps me with my...
So with the feeding the comes in?
Yeah.
Feeding the community for years?
Oh, yeah. It is... it's one of the things where you have to do it. And I say it like that because you have people who are your regulars, and if they are experiencing hard times like COVID, you got to feed them. Yeah. You got to see where they are. What do you need? I probably give out free meals every day.
That's awesome.
Every single day.
That's fantastic. I try to help too. I did the weekly at Cervantes. We were talking about that. Played Cervantes a lot, and always kind of like check in with the homeless community down there, give them some money for some food, and just
this
talk
isn't
with
just
them,
homeless people.
give them hugs. Yeah, people who are just down on luck too.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, life happens to us every single day, and my mom always says no one ever tells you how life is going to be, and that especially 2020 with COVID and with 5 Points. So when COVID started, me and my sister, we voluntarily did a survey. Mm-hmm. And we put it on our Facebook fan page, and the hashtag was show up for us COVID-19. And so it was just a general check-in with people to see how they're doing. But because of all of the news talking about COVID impacting Black and Brown communities at a different rate, we just wanted to get some feedback. Yeah. And so we did. We said, if you do this survey and come in with the hashtag, we'll give you a meal, you know? And so people are like, your
business and helping at the same time.
I said, I just want to, we shared the information with the city of Denver, mm-hmm. and they had access to the Google Drive to just kind of know, like, this is what's going on in this area of town. Yeah. And it was a good little turnout for it to be like a first survey. Yeah. And it was just organic, like, let's just do something. Cool. And so that was one of the first things we did.
I saw you did a First Friday Jazz in the Park. Did that?
We did, so the Curtis Park Neighborhood Association, Friday on.
Oh, okay.
And we just started a neighborhood association. It's called the Heart of 5 Points.
Oh, cool.
And so I am collecting all, emails, phone numbers, if you want to get involved. Because I said, shoot, I love 5 Points.
Yeah, we'll try to connect more after this. If you have stuff you want to throw out there, I'm happy to throw it up for you.
Yeah, we got to get more people involved. I love that neighborhood,
and I love that part of the city. Just I've been concert going at Cervantes for years and years, and playing there and just being in that community is great. I love it out there.
Yeah, you get some real people.
Sad to see some businesses going down, and whatever we could do to help you keep that gym open, you know.
So we, in the beginning of COVID, like, you had to kind of give your donations where you can. You know, I started some partnerships that people don't even know we have. So Spangalang sits in the same parking lot as us. And when people order food, I'm like, go buy beer next door. Eat your food next door. Yeah. Like, our dining space is not open. Mm-hmm. And one thing about COVID, it really demonstrates how much you need your neighbors. Mm. You know, if you don't have your neighbors, you don't have a neighborhood. There's no neighborhood. And without traffic, that foot traffic, I'm like, that affects your business. 100%. People do not understand. I'm like, I don't want them to close. Yeah. It's not even any restaurant that opens along the corridor. I don't look at it as competition. We need them. We need them, and we need them. So I'm constantly
kind of an eco cycle, right?
Yeah. Yeah. We need everybody. And so, that's another thing I did. I wrote a little COVID check-in, mm-hmm. and it was posted in the 5 Points Atlas, which is a new paper that's circling around. And it was about, don't forget about 5 Points. You know, just letting people know where we've been during this process, because when everything shuts down, you don't anticipate everything just shutting down.
I don't think any of us saw the magnitude of this coming. It was, we all knew we were going to have to lock down for a little bit. It was scary, but I had no idea. Did you guys end up having to close for a period of time?
No.
So you were just, how did you get around that?
So, oh gosh, this gives my whole body chills. Yeah. It's an emotional relationship.
I understand.
Because we did not want to get rid of our staff.
Of course not.
Because you care about your people. Small businesses,
big time.
They're different than main
my mom's bar restaurant is the same way. Yeah. They care about their employees. It's a big family. Obviously, you guys are family run. So it's an extension of your family when people help you run your business.
So you're like, we can't get rid of anybody. Yeah. So if we decreased our days, we decreased our hours. Within the first couple of weeks of COVID, this is what went on. So you have all these bars and restaurants closed. So your food vendors are impacted. Their layoff. Food is late.
Yeah.
You know, our bread late, our beverage late.
It's not just
our linen late. Everything's late.
Thrown out.
Oh my gosh. And so people are calling up to the restaurant. How come I can't? And how come? I'm like, look here, lower your tone. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on nationwide. So just having to adjust to what was available from things that were out of our control. Like, are we going to be able to provide this for our customers? This is on our menu. And everything is late or they don't have it. Like strawberry soda, for instance, black food and strawberry, anything red. Like, I know that's a little stereotypical, but these black folks is tripping. Like, y'all don't got no strawberries.
Where's my strawberries?
I'm like, no, there's no strawberry. Well, what do you mean?
Well, as a business, you come to have certain things, and people, especially regulars and stuff, they want that. That's where they go for that specific thing. So it makes sense that you're not having what they want, then they're going to get upset. Yeah, they are. But I think one of the fun things that I did during COVID. So when the schools closed down, the world's finest chocolate, the little dollar fundraiser chocolate, they reached out and said, the schools are closed. Can you guys sell chocolate? I'm like, sure. So I get all this chocolate. And so they're like, how are you going to sell that chocolate? I said, a chocolate woman knows how to sell chocolate. Okay. Especially to the brothers. Do you want the chocolate that tastes like me? Where are you at? They're like, give me the whole box, So it was one of those things where the average person would look at this box of chocolate and say, what do you want me to do with this chocolate? And I have a hustler's mentality. Of course, yeah.
I'm going to sell it.
Yeah.
This is an income. And I remember one of my friends who...
You grow up selling food.
Yeah, you grow up. I'm selling whatever, But he's always had like a, office job. So he doesn't understand. He's like, why do you have all that chocolate? I said, because it's for sale and I'm making some money, and he's not really understanding. I said, bro, what's up? This is survival out here.
You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. And so I ended up selling all of the chocolate.
Nice.
And that was something that I didn't think we would have to resort to.
Right.
One of the good things about being in the neighborhood for the years that we've been is that we've been able to get donations from people who just want to make sure we're there.
Yeah.
So whenever I get any type of monetary donation that goes toward goes toward feeding people for free.
Awesome.
And I'm just like, I am not that person. Like, the caretaker in me is just like, okay, seniors, first and foremost, they will get something from me. Women with children, kids.
I grew up with a single mom.
Yeah.
I hear that big time.
You got to kind of find a way to distribute the funds.
Yeah.
And it's something that I make sure is done daily. Somebody's getting something.
Man, if more people had that outlook and attitude, it would be a better place to live here. I truly think that. I think that it takes a village. I think that helping each other is so important, and especially through times like this. And I think that there's been some positives in this, and I keep talking about the positives of all this stuff because there's so much negative to talk about.
I don't watch the news.
Right. I think that, it's a scary place. But I think that we've come together a little bit more in certain ways. And I think that we're starting to break some walls down, which is good. And also there's a lot of more hate. But I think that it's important to just get down to our humanness and help each other and help each other thrive. Nobody can do anything alone.
No.
As much as you think you can. As much as you think you don't need anybody else, you can be successful. We all need each other sometimes.
We need each other in so many ways. Yeah. And I think one of the things about this is people will always feel like, how am I trying to say this? You tell a lot about yourself by the way you treat strangers, people you don't know.
Yeah.
People of course, there's going to be baggage. but the way you treat strangers tells a lot about character.
I agree.
To me. You never know who.
You don't know what they've been through. You don't know who you're talking to. You don't know what they know.
No.
You don't know.
There was this customer who, he's passed away now. Toward the end of his life, he used to always come in the restaurant and ask my mom for money, ask her for food, ask her for a cup of sugar. It was just always this mooch. And I just had an issue with that. Don't help him. And so it wasn't until recently, she said, when we first started the business and I would be down there late at night and it's cold and I didn't have a car, he would take me home. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if he couldn't take me home, because there was like a cab service station down in 5 Points back in the day.
Stand.
That I don't know about because I'm too young. But she said he was like always making sure I had a ride home. If he couldn't do it, somebody else did it. Yeah. She said, you never know where you're going to end up in life. She said, you guys see him now. She said, I knew who he was when he was up, you know, and I was on the other end. Right. She said, so no, he can have what he needs. Yeah. And I provided it. Because he helped me get home to my kids, right. You know, and I think that's one of the other things when it comes to any level of success. People see where you are now. They may see Welton Street Cafe on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives and our Coca-Cola commercial and my mural. Those are what's trending right now. Right. But to know where we've been for the life of the business, it's going to be trial every single day. You know,
well, I think you get what you put in, you know, and you guys have been putting in for so long that any of that stuff, like 100% is deserved and you should celebrate it. It's great. It's awesome. And that's the whole point, I think, is if you put good out, you're going to eventually get good back. Oh, yeah. It might take a long time. Yes. It might take a very long time, but it does come back. And you surround yourself with love and understanding and caring and kindness. I think that always going to come back around for you. Oh, yeah. Full circle. Yeah. You just talked about the mural. It's beautiful. Thank you. I saw it. It's so beautiful. Who did the mural? You.
So Jody Herrera and Miles Tolan. Mm-hmm. They're both from New Mexico. Okay. And that was just super dope. They were both very, very great. About 3 hours with each of them separately. Okay. Jody reached out to me. Musa Bailey. Do you know Musa Bailey?
I think I'm friends online. I think that the name rings a bell.
So Musa was the brother who threw my name in the pool of let's give her some love. And he was
keeping everybody fed.
Right. I said he was probably the last person because you never know who watches you. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And so they wanted to give some highlights of 5 points from my understanding. And because Jody does women of color, it was like, no, the generation who's here, let's recognize the people who are here. And this woman is here every day. And so I took about 70 headshots for that. And the original mock-up had my hand in it. And so I was looking, they wanted a side profile. And so after about 70 headshots, I was like, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah. I was like, I'm all pictured out, even though I'm the selfie queen of Welton Street. But one of the things that I appreciated about the artwork was that there's two conversations. One, they did not minimize my Blackness. And that's huge because I see all of the new makeup that's out there, the contour, the highlight, the airbrush, all these things that Black women are taking away their features. And so I said, my lips are very full. Like my nose is round, my cheekbones are defined, and my skin is dark. That is the essence of Fathima. Do not minimize me.
They did great. It's so beautiful. Yeah. It's wonderful. Yeah, I looked at it for a long time before we came in here.
Yeah, I said, do not. Cool. And the other conversation was about me having a mural and being a living person. I said the conversation about murals with the Black community is about tragedy and trauma. And so here it is, I'm alive and well, and no one has to represent me. I represent myself. You know what I'm saying? Like,
in your community.
And yeah, my community. It's just like, we do not only have murals of people who have died.
Yeah.
You know, there are people making an impact on our community every single day who are living. We have to, that conversation, that narrative that says when you are celebrated, when you are valued.
Yeah.
I said, if anybody wants to know why I have a mural, they can come and ask me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And that...
Because I've been feeding all of you.
Yeah, I've been feeding all of y'all.
And not to mention all the other stuff that brings me to the Women of Welton. Or you want to talk about that?
Women of Welton.
Yeah.
So Allie runs Urban Sanctuary. Uh-huh. It's a Black-owned yoga studio right across the street from us. I believe hers is, what is Allie's address? Let me not get it wrong. It's right across the street from the restaurant. Urban Sanctuary Denver.
Urban Sanctuary Denver, there you go.
And so Allie's been in the community for about 4 or 5 years. And during COVID, I said, let me go introduce myself to this sister because I don't know who she is, but something said, go introduce yourself. So this was another partnership. Like, how do we let people know we are here? And not to forget about 5 points during a pandemic. And so this was strictly a way to work together, but also community outreach space for Black women and other women of color, especially in like the yoga world. I'm like, I'm not going into no yoga studio. Like, if it's not Black led, I don't feel, I feel like I'll probably be the center of attention as soon as I walk in the room. Okay. You know, not that I don't want to be, but it's just like when it comes to certain spaces, intimate spaces like that, Black women need their own space. And so I am currently in grad school. I've applied for graduation.
Writing a thesis paper.
I'm writing my thesis. And it is called 4 Seasons Alone, Sacrifices of a Strong Black Woman. And it is really personal. It's about myself, writing about the narrative of work, paid and unpaid work, and how that has really put me in a space where I've lost my identity. And just being in white spaces with whites, it really lets me know that the connect right here going on. And where are the Black female voices? And do Black women have spaces where they can be themselves? And so for my thesis, I said, well, let me kind of see how this would work. So we created the space to see if we can get Black women to come together, women of color, and be able to get supported security and nurturing.
I think I'm looking at one of those voices right now.
I know.
So,
but it all,
I think it's wonderful that you're just taking action like that, because a lot of people will sit back and be like, well, there needs to be this. But not a lot of people are courageous enough to be that.
Yeah.
So I give you props for that.
The first meeting we had, it was like one person, then 2 people, and then it was like 3 people. And I said, that's okay. I said, because we're planting the seed. You know, if we only get 5 people, that's 5 more people we didn't have last time.
Yeah, of course.
You know, I think when it comes to trauma for our community, we have to address it. Women of Welton is really also trying to engage teens in our younger community so that they also have a space.
That's getting tough, huh?
They can come, because the way of the world is different from when I was growing up. And so we need to make sure that this is a space where we first are reaching women and we want to reach children. We do have, we are trying to incorporate some workshops for Black men as well, because whether people want to believe it or not, like, our lives are like this. What I go through and what Black men go through is really like this, So ultimately, we do want to reach the collective for the family.
Yeah.
But we have to start with foundation. How well are the women doing? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, that's great. Real quick, I'd like to just shout out, thank you, Island 45, for having us. Thank you, Denver Kush Club, our sponsor, right down there in 5 Points. Speaking of 5 Points, I wanted to, you've been down there for quite a while, obviously, since you were a little baby.
Yeah.
What changes have you seen, positive, maybe negative changes? Do you embrace more of quote unquote gentrification? Do you think that there's a way to coexist with that? I don't know. What do you think about the changes and what you've seen and the time you've been down there?
So
it's a lot.
It's a lot. So this is a hard conversation when it comes to gentrification. I think for the Black community, one of the things that we will always miss out on is access to information. What I ultimately would love to have is a resource hub. I want like a Welton Street Cafe Family Foundation, because that way, whatever information is out there, it will help the community so that we're not having neighborhoods that used to be Black that are no longer.
I guess that's
Black.
My question is, like, how do you find a balance with that?
So first and foremost, I guess I should say that the majority of the property along 5 Points is still Black owned.
Yeah.
I'll say that. It's still very much Black
awesome.
owned.
Yeah, that's good. Keep it that way.
Yes. Whether or not there's a Black business in the property, it's still Black owned property.
Right.
When you don't include yourself, you exclude yourself. And I will say that conversation. There are 9 kids in my family, and there are 3 kids invested in that family business. And that speaks volumes.
Yeah.
So when you have businesses that were Black businesses and they were Black family businesses, that means family don't want that responsibility. I mean, it's clear there's 9 kids,
right,
and there are 3. So what other conversations do we really need to have about value in family and community? What do we value?
Yeah.
So
have you ever thought about running for office, public office at all?
There has been,
because I'd probably be on your side.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
My degree is social science, people and community. Yeah. And you won't be the first person to say that or ask.
If they keep telling you.
If they keep telling me, I know.
In your ear,
it keeps showing up. But I think that we don't even know who we are as a Black community. And that's a huge piece of my thesis is who's the narrator and what are they telling us? So whatever stories are being told about us, we believe the stories. So we're not even in a place where we can help each other because we hate each other. We're finding ways to hate each other, But I am hopeful for the new generation who's woke. We do have some people who are very full invested in 5 Points. Like just the fact that we just started a neighborhood association and I'm collecting emails and phone numbers to get people involved across the board, Black or white, Ideally, I would love to see a lot more Black businesses survive. You know what I'm saying? I know people like thrive, but you're going to have to get through the thick of it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I support that. I'll give you my email and number before we're done here.
Yeah, it's not even just about when people tell me they come in a restaurant like, oh, I can do this, I can do whatever. I said, I'm not envious of you. I know what it takes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Do you know the ups and downs? Like when we had our premiere party, when we were on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. that whole place was packed.
All the regulars and family and friends.
It was great.
Was that fun?
It was fun, and I said, and it was a $5 fundraiser.
Okay.
I know we're jumping off topic. Sorry.
It doesn't matter.
I'm a Gemini. My head is everywhere.
This is free form. You say what you want to say.
Okay. So we held a $5 fundraiser to help combat youth violence. Okay. And so I had on a shirt that said hugs start at $5. And so we ended up raising over about $3,700. And we've been able to distribute the money to just like organizations that are helping with children in any fashion to keep them safe off the street. If it's to feed anything for kids, you need us to get some food. This is what we can do. Right? Yeah, I said because that place, Welton Street Cafe, saved me from the streets. And we have to make sure we are saving our kids. I said, youth violence is not a black and brown problem. It's public safety. It's public health.
It's a problem.
It's a problem. Yeah. I said, so if you think if it's affecting your neighbor, it's in the neighborhood. Mm-hmm. So let's get with it.
For an example, I come from a pretty poor, very white neighborhood in Pennsylvania. But I think that the money issue and just it was a lot of violence in my neighborhood.
Yeah, resources.
We were beating the shit out of each other all the time, and just living that kind of lower income life. I've seen a little bit of that, so it's something that is important to me as well.
It's something that to me, especially in Denver, with all the people, the resources, it could be a lot more controlled than it's been. Yeah. Get with it. Like,
that's why we need people like you.
I'm like, what are y'all talking about? Like, come on. Yeah. So, but I do think that we just have to be very much aware that, when you don't include yourself, you exclude yourself. So anything that's going on in a neighborhood or city, just make sure you're finding ways to get involved. Yeah. I can't talk on whatever's going on over here if I have not made that effort.
Right.
So I just want to make sure that people are acknowledging that. Yeah. Put that effort in. But we also need to make sure we're having spaces where people can reach people. I'm fortunate enough to know a range of people that I can say, whose number you need me to call real quick? It's nice what you need me to do? Yeah. But the average Black person does not have that information. And so that's why I'm like, no, what do we need to do out of Welton Street? We need to pass out some information. What do y'all need?
I think inclusivity just in general is important.
All the way around.
Once the aliens come down and start zapping us, then we're all going to know that we're all human and we got to fight aliens.
Yeah.
Together.
We are. And so, but I think we just need to continue to know that we're going to need younger generation, middle generation, older generation.
Got to inform people.
That let people know, like, 5 Points is here. I just recently took a position with Development Corporation. And so I'm just a little bit tired. And so I'm just trying.
Are you feeling the pressure? Are you feeling the weight of it?
Yeah,
Are you starting to feel too busy, kind of crazy? Or
like I've had to put some stuff in my calendar a lot more. And I think this year I'm going to have to weigh out what is really serving me. Or what I just recently had to do that myself. Yeah. Or what I'm like adding value to. Right. Like I want to be able to add value and have it add value to me. Yeah.
You can't do it all.
I know.
It's sad. There's only so many hours in a day. And I have that problem too, where I try to just be wherever I can to do all the things that I want to do. But eventually you have to kind of narrow your focus and do the most important thing so you don't wear yourself out.
Oh, I'm like all the way burnt.
I do the same thing. I wear myself out.
I'm all the way burnt, but I'm just like, it wasn't an issue. I wouldn't rush.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
I wish I had I could just stop time, get some things done before I it back up.
Right. So, but there was another part to the 5 Points question that you were asking me. Yeah. Gentrification was one part. And then there was a follow-up question that I was trying to touch on, but I don't remember.
Changes that you've seen over the years?
Changes, positive.
Yeah, positive and or negative.
Okay. I like that 5 Points is appearing a lot more attractive. They're building it up. I do like that there is financial investment along the corridor.
Because ultimately as long as they're not pushing you out, which is the danger, right? They're creating more business and raising your property values potentially, right?
Right.
But
I know, but yeah, there's a but. Yeah. It raises a whole bunch of other stuff, you know, and I don't know. We just hope that, however the full picture looks, that your business will always be included. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but there's got to be some sort of protections for people
for like seniority,
who've been there for so long,
who've been a staple,
and your parents own the place. Is there some sort of protection for you?
You know, though, that question is still like under investigation. Yeah. I don't know.
Hope so. Or at least something would be started.
Well, because like Welton Street Cafe is so much more than food. Like, historical. It's people come down there just to see who's down there.
Yeah, let's talk about some of the regulars we've seen over the years.
I'm like, some days, especially on the weekend, well, we'll start with Thirsty Thursdays, okay? When you get the brothers and the sisters who are all dressed up, looking nice, you know, we got Fine Fridays, Sexy Saturdays, like it's a whole show sometimes. Nice. And so, but don't date your customers. Do not do it.
Is that the more?
Do not, man, don't do it.
Yeah, I've learned that. I've tried not to date fans.
Yeah, no,
that never works out.
It never works out. Like this brother said to me,
my girl now, she's barely a fan of my music. It works great.
Oh, okay, okay. I'm like, or you have to be just grounded on who you are as a person to date people who are gonna be in the limelight. And you not take it personal, like, don't worry about what I said to him, babe. We right here, you know. But yeah, that place is definitely community. When you have people, especially if they lose people, if I see it on social media that somebody had a passing in their family, I know that they will show up to Welton Street Cafe because it is community, so that they're not only getting fed, they're getting a source of comfort. Yeah. People they know are going to be in that same space. Yeah. The people who are running the business may already know their family, so they're getting a different level of support. So that's always good. Like, where can I go? It's been hard for a lot of my, regulars, I'll say, with the dining room being closed, because we feed a lot of people who are single. You feed a lot of elderly people. So people who don't have family, what happens to them? You know what I'm saying? So us not having the dining room open has impacted people on so many different levels.
Because it's that like meeting spot. So people come and converse and talk and
So, and people want to be around family units.
Is there hopes to open up the dining room soon? I heard that our
the 50%
we've gone down to an orange or yellow thing.
50% just got implemented. I would prefer to have a dining room and never do to-go orders a day in my life.
Yeah, right.
That process has been just really hard. It's been harder than the dining room.
Really?
And I'm the OG of Welton Street Cafe.
Right. Like, are you doing the same amount of kind of volumes? Is it but you're just getting it out the door?
Getting it out the door, but it's just like the whole social distancing thing, and you gotta wait right there. Like, that kind of gets on my nerves. That's rough, and I'm just like,
it is rough.
I told environmental health, like, look here, my job is to feed people. All that extra stuff, that's not my job. Right. You know,
they put different precautions and stuff. Like
and it stresses me the hell out. Yeah, and I'm just like,
I feel there's light at the end of the tunnel, at least. Yeah, hopefully for us. And my mom's restaurant as well is up north in Berthoud. They have a restaurant they had to shut down completely a couple of times. I think because of the bar thing, they were doing to-go food, but I mean, they make their money on people sitting at the bar drinking beer.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they barely have been able to stay open to the point where they were supposed to be closed. And we talked about it. I was like, you just got to open because either you're going to lose your business or you're going to lose your business.
Right.
So you might as well open and have a chance of keeping it. And they did, and they've gotten through it. And
I think
now there's a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel, which is good.
And that's where I'm like if I cannot say this enough, for the people who have donated anything to Welton Street Cafe, it gives my whole body chills. Yeah. Like, I am thankful and grateful for the people who have donated any dollar amount. I don't care if it was $5. Thank you. Thank you.
Go ahead. You got a question, Nick? What's up?
So what's been the difference, would you say, that's kept Welton Street alive during this last year where so many other restaurants have been facing?
All right. So you probably can't hear him. He's asking what the difference is.
Oh, I can hear him.
Oh, no, but them.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to repeat his question, what did he ask?
The difference that's been keeping Welton Street alive during the pandemic compared to other businesses. So I think this is the universe and God working all in one. So our premiere party for Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives was March 6th.
Oh, okay.
Perfect timing, right? Have a whole shebang, and then you're like, oh my gosh. So that helped. Black Lives Matters over the summertime, that helped. Yeah. I can't even say that it didn't. When my mural got done, that helped. Yeah. Our Coca-Cola commercial that is trending on Twitter, that helped.
Yeah. I would assume also the relationships that you've created over the years obviously is going to help because people are going to want to support you.
Yeah.
Especially if they have something they can't live without. They want you to be open.
And that's when my hugs start at $5 shirt. Yeah. You have to, the relationship factor is definitely one of the ingredients when it comes to bars and restaurants, because people, they want you there. You have to build that rapport up because that will last over.
And you got to take care of those people. Yeah. You got to take care of those people because they take care of you.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So I think the service industry has shifted so much that people are like nexting you. And I have a big hard time with, like, I know my staff hates me. I'm like, say good afternoon, good morning, good evening, acknowledge people. I said, because don't next me when I come up to the counter. I'm going to say, how are you doing?
I do appreciate that too.
I'm like, don't do that, because every industry is nexting you. We live in this immediate world where people don't even look at you. Yeah. And I'm like, no, don't do that. I need to know their name, their name. I
like that a lot. Yeah.
So Welton Street Cafe will definitely have a different type of feel because we need them. We need each other. Like, full circle once again.
For sure. Let's talk about the menu. Has it been a lot of the same? Is there some exciting things that maybe have changed between your parents to you?
No. Well, because the thing is that I am front house. Mm-hmm. I am the messenger. Right. I don't cook.
Right.
Okay.
But you have some sort of, like...
If I need to work the line, I can work the line.
Everybody works together to... I mean, has it been the same menu for
It's been the same. It's been the same.
Has there been any additions? Any stuff?
we do like weekly... We just added the Impossible Burger.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh. We do specials weekly. And so, like, on certain days, we'll have, like, featured items. Oxtails, we have them every week. That is, like, the biggest special. Right. Everybody comes down for. It's like a Tuesday. Do y'all got some oxtails? I'm like...
You run out?
Yeah. Yeah. That's the special we sell out the most. We did... we'll cook whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If anybody needs catering from us, just FYI. Yeah. If you want spaghetti and meatballs, we'll make spaghetti
You'll just cater whatever.
Whatever. Yeah, you need some breakfast, what you want us to cook. Yeah, exactly. You know, it doesn't have to be exactly on the menu. Yeah. But we did some, like, hot links one weekend. We do...
Starting to get hungry.
I know, we do steaks. Like, we do stuff every week. that's probably not fried.
Yeah.
Because we know our menu is fried.
I hear people rave about the catfish a lot.
The catfish, the honey hots. Those honey hot wings, they want honey hot sauce on everything. Can you put honey hot on my French fries? I'm like, no, but I'll get you some honey hot sauce. It's hard because when you try to change the menu too much, people are like, why did
people push back?
Yeah, like we don't sense. Want that. And
specials and stuff obviously works out, but
do you guys have salad? No. If you want salad, go have salad down the street, but not down here. No. Like that's not here. Yeah. So,
Oh yeah. We're celebrating Black History Month right now.
We are.
What if there's something you would like more people to know about Black History Month, what would it be?
You know what? I think that I need to know more about Black History Month. Like, I agree. I'll be honest with you.
When it came up, I was like, I don't know shit.
I'm like,
I should be more educated, but I'm generally not that educated.
I'm sitting over here like really trying to figure out what is being taught in schools because I don't have any kids. Yeah. So I actually don't know what they're teaching in school nowadays. I know when I was in school, it was very, very like Black History Month, and that's it. Black History Month is every month.
Every month.
For anybody who's Black.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say that it's just history, right?
It's history.
I mean, people of color have made huge history always.
Yeah.
Since the beginning. So it's kind of crazy to me, but yeah, it definitely could be more educated.
I think if for Black History Month, just find a way to research someone you don't know.
Yeah.
Like writing.
Support Black-owned businesses as well.
Support Black-owned businesses. What else? Be consistent about your support. Yeah. So just don't support people during
Not
February.
Just till the end of February. Keep it going. Yeah, that makes sense.
Keep it going. Do that whole thing.
For sure.
But just make sure you're making the effort to educate yourself in that lane. True. Because I'm still in the process of learning all the time, and that's probably not going to end.
So educate yourself beyond this month.
Yes.
I think is
that is the most important thing.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Sometimes getting into like the political side of Black history.
Politics right now scares the shit out of me. So
that's the conversation that I'm going to stray from if it even comes up. Yeah. Because it gets touchy and then people will not want to eat your food depending on where you are in life. And I'm just like, that ain't my business.
I'm a big advocate of just general togetherness. Yeah. I mean, I've met so many different types of people and so many different types of bodies. I've been a traveling musician most of my life. This division between people is so sad.
It's ridiculous.
And it is absolutely ridiculous. And I think that a huge problem is social media and the way that people interact with each other. If people were interacting with each other more face to face, I think that you'd see a lot more kindness, a lot more understanding, a lot more understanding of other people's perspectives. Yeah. It's so much easier to talk your shit behind that wall. Yeah. And I just think that that's tearing us apart, and it's just so sad. And I wonder what we can do about it.
Yeah. When Black Lives Matters was going on and people were like, you're not going down there, I said, my protest is through writing and not riot. Like, what I'm writing about is my protest. Yeah. You can protest anyway. I'm one of those people where I'm always trying to use my body to tell a message. So if I'm wearing a bracelet, a ribbon, a shirt, a statement, like those are efforts, you know what I'm saying, to getting some type of unity, just starting that small, and that grabs somebody else's attention and says, hey, what can we do? Or we can connect you and all of that. Like, if you don't know how to work your magic, just use yourself.
Yeah.
Use yourself, use your body.
Yeah.
So
I try to get some messages across through my music and stuff, and you know, where I can. And like I said, I just more than anything, I just promote love, understanding. And the biggest one for me is just perspectives, man. Like you said, when you're talking to a stranger, the way you talk to people, and even that negative talk in your head that doesn't even come out, I think that that's important too.
Yeah.
I think people can start there.
Yep.
Because it's not always about what comes out of your mouth. It's about what lives inside your head as well, that other dialogue. So, for example, like see somebody walking down the street or they get in your way, you're like, oh, fuck you, piece of shit. So stuff like that. That just happens. You know, when you're driving, interacting with people, if you can start to kind of eliminate that stuff.
And not be the way of the world.
Right. that can help. You know? That can help. That negative self-talk is a big one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm working on that.
Yeah. And that's a problem we all have, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think I think that some people probably have it worse than others, but if you don't recognize it and work on it, it'll never go away. And I think people don't even really just acknowledge it.
No. Or they don't know how to acknowledge it either.
Right.
Or some of us don't even know it exists.
Right.
And if it's been going on for so long, sometimes people think that's just life, that's just normal. Yeah. One of my hashtags that I use on my social media is love always. I use that one a lot.
Yeah.
Because that's just where I'm at. Like, I think that you can,
you catch a lot more bees with honey, right? That's what they say. So like, I just think that if we can speak our positions in a way that is more kind and less accusatory.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think there's a lot of people just accusing each other of this and that and left and right and all this mess that we have going on right now. I honestly think that if we could just put down our position in a way that is easier to understand instead of blaming people. I mean, there's people to blame for everything. Of course, but I think that education starts with understanding.
Yeah. That's a whole conversation. Like, for real.
Yeah.
So no, I'm definitely there with you. We have a lot of work to do, just nationwide.
Yeah, worldwide. This is crazy place, crazy ball of earth we live on. There's a lot of stuff going on, man.
Yeah, but hopefully we're going to have some good new stuff and we get to be around each other and love each other and hug each other.
Yes, I hope so.
Soon.
Yeah, we have a show at Cervantes. First one. I mean, it's been a year since I played there, obviously. February 13th.
Oh, that's right around the corner.
Yeah, you're well. If you want to come and have a guest, I'd love to have you.
That's on Saturday.
It's Saturday. My group, Grim and Darling. It's a duo project.
What time does that show start?
There's an early show and a late show, so 2 options. I think it's like 6 and 8 or something around there.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
6 and 8?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a guest table, so if you want to come through, I'd love to have you.
I'll look into that.
Yeah, it's right down the street.
So. I'm like, it's
right down the street for you.
I know.
You don't have to go far.
I said I got it.
Yep.
Yes. I got another question.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
So just going back to the importance of Black-owned businesses in the 5 Points area in contradiction to also the changes that have come to the area, what is one of your favorite businesses that maybe you miss that has left, whether it's, what was it, Cold Crush or, the shop on the corner right there that now sells pizza that used to sell pig ears.
Oh, the pig ear stand.
Yeah, remember that?
I used to get jerk chicken and dirty rice right across the street at that soul food place, and they seem to be gone now too, huh?
Yeah.
And then also
the Haitian place,
new business that's come in. I know one thing
Taste of Haiti
talking about is the new gun club that's on Welton Street. That's in 5 Points.
It's in 5 Points.
So there's a good question.
Yeah, there is. For a long time, it was just us, Cervantes, in the DMV.
Right.
When everything kind of went, and so it's just like, man, I'm kind of still too young for this conversation, but Capri Fried Chicken, anybody who's from the hood, they like, man, Capri Chicken. So I know as a collective, as a neighborhood, everybody misses Capri. And I kind of wish, like, well, shoot, I wish I had Capri chicken too. I just want to know what the fuss is, you know?
What it was all about.
Because everybody misses it, I miss it too.
Yeah.
Type of thing. There was a bakery, which is now Sherry's Soda Shop, right next door to us. I forgot the name of the bakery. Oh my gosh. But there was a bakery next door. And they used to sell these little, like, key lime pies.
That's my I love key lime pie.
And I was just, like, so sad to see them leave.
Yeah.
And so I miss them a lot.
Yeah.
But I don't even think they, like, live in Denver anymore. Like, they just relocated. And I'm just like, why? Yeah. So that kind of hurt my heart. The new businesses, 1770 Armory and Gun Tailors. They're like right off of 24th and Washington, and it's a Black-owned indoor shooting range. It's a virtual shooting range. Okay. And so they offer you training and just safety tips.
Yeah.
It's really cool. They have like, it's almost like an arcade, like, but it's real. It's a real gun.
Right. That seems fun.
And it's giving me a different conversation with guns. I'm still not like really comfortable with guns.
I grew up with them. It's super weird. I'm Western Pennsylvania.
Okay.
So I've been shooting guns since I was a little kid, and I feel comfortable with them. I don't feel comfortable about them. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's still helping me get, I'm very appreciative for the staff, the team to come in the neighborhood and give us a different conversation about guns in the Black community. And, they just opened, I believe, in like, don't quote me, October. You know, but they've been going hard. They were just on the news about 2 or 3 days ago. Okay. When they first opened, they made it to the Denver Post. So they're getting a lot of recognition, which is good. They've gotten on some of the like local newspapers as well. So definitely check it out. Because they have a Guns N' Roses event for Valentine's Day.
Oh, nice.
And so it's just like come and shoot and have like some fun with us. Yeah. And so I'm still like, I think I might have to go.
I'm excited to get back down there, man. I live in South Aurora. I'm like way out there, so I don't get into the city much this year, but it's been sad. I've just been working all over Colorado, doing a 9 to 5, so I move furniture all around.
Okay.
But where are we with time? How are we doing?
Just at an hour, right? Oh, just under an hour.
Perfect. So let's try to wrap out around an hour.
Oh, that's cool.
I always try to end with something that I'm grateful about.
Okay.
And as I give mine, you can think about yours.
Okay.
I'm really grateful that music seems to be coming back. I got a call from my corporate talent agency. It was my real job, not my like 9 to 5, like my career job. And they're revamping my product, and we're going to get back into playing some music.
Yes. Okay. I know. But that's so much pleasure, though.
Yeah. I need it.
Therapy. Can we talk about that?
I really need it.
It's a happy place.
Of person. I've been playing live shows since I was 16.
Wow.
And I'm 35 now.
Okay.
So it's been a huge, biggest part of my life for more than half my life. So I mean, I was lost.
That's a part of your vein.
I was lost without it at first, but then I was able to kind of go in and I created a lot of studio music. So I was happy with that. But
good. I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
Because it's just like, don't take away my best friend. I'm one of those people where music is my companion when I have nothing else.
Well, I have a new relationship with it, I feel like now. My boss sent me these pop songs that I have to redo. And that used to be something for me where I was kind of like, a little, like these pop songs. But now I'm so much more grateful.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh, sweet. I'm going to do this pop song. It's going to be fun. I'm excited.
Well, shoot, you're in a whole different place now.
Yeah.
Shoot.
It changed my perspective on it for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I'm grateful just in general, just to always be in that space of things can be worse, So I always like to begin every day with a grateful heart, a grateful spirit, because the way of the world will try to swallow you up.
Yes, it
and
will.
You don't want to be that person.
Yes, it will.
I'm grateful for new beginnings, new network, new friendship, because you never know who is sent to you and for what reason, if it's helping you see yourself or just develop a new idea, what have you.
Yeah.
We never know how we are being used in the world.
That's true.
That's what I'm always grateful for.
Listen to those feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to those feelings that direct you towards your ultimate goals or whatever.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm still going to be feeding everybody in 5 points.
You're going to be feeding me soon. You'll be seeing me soon. I'll be down there. Yeah. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate it. Thanks, Island 45. Thanks, Denver Kush Club. Next episode, we'll be blazing up some new stuff. Thank you, Shared Views. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, everybody who makes this possible. And you're awesome. I can't wait to see you again. I'll be down in 5 points. We'll hang out. I'll give you my number and my email for your list. Yeah. Yes. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
It's a wrap. I don't know how you feel about it.
I love hugs.
Are you good with it? I just don't know where we're at these days. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I love hugs. I'm one of those people who are like,
me too.
I need 700 a day.
Yeah, I need it.
I'm like, forget what you heard. 100%. I said I have to figure out really what COVID is, because to be an essential worker proves the thick of it.